All right, so we are heading into game week 16, and all of us FPL managers have now received our 5 free transfers. In this video, I'm going to discuss the top players in each position that we should be looking to buy as we head into game week 16. Starting with the goalkeepers, the top 5 keepers I'm looking at are Raya, Martinez, Henderson, Pickford, and Sanchez. 4 out of 5 of these keepers are among the top 5 point scorers this season. Profs, which is out, but I don't think we can reliably rely upon a Sunderland keeper to give us points. Pickford has somehow now managed to sneak into the second spot for points, but he does that every year, doesn't he? He starts slow and randomly he'll get good points, good hauls, and end up among the top 3 goalkeepers of the season. In the last 5 game weeks alone, he has got 31 points. Starting with Raya, Raya is at 6 million now, but with Saliba and Gabriel injured, he's not looked that reliable. Since Gabriel has been out, Arsenal have conceded 7 goals in 7 games. However, still, with these two central defenders out, Raya has looked like the most reliable option into the Arsenal defense. Um, Arsenal, they just lost to Aston Villa. Timber and Nkapie have not looked good as a centre back pairing. However, it's looking like Saliba might be back by game week 17, which will greatly improve their clean sheet chances. Looking at the fixtures, Wolves are the worst team in the league goal scoring wise. They play United on Monday, but they have only scored 7 goals this season in 14 games. Arsenal's fixtures are Everton, Brighton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Forest in the next 7. It is possible that Arsenal do not keep a clean sheet. Gabriel is still out for a while, and without the first choice centre back pairing, Arsenal have just not looked as good. 6 million for a goalkeeper that might not get a lot of clean sheets does not look like a good idea. Moving on to Henderson, Crystal Palace defense has been so good to their owners this season. They have vastly overperformed their XGC this season. They've actually been the best team to overperform their XGC this season. They've conceded only 11 goals with an XGC of 18.64. That's overperforming by an XGC of 7.64. One of the reasons I don't have a good rank is because I've not owned a Crystal Palace defender this season. However, I'm still not convinced. Look at their fixtures; they don't look great. However, if you believe in Crystal Palace, if you believe that they will continue to outdo their XG, Henderson is definitely a great pick. Next, Martinez. Martinez has missed out on a few games this season, 3 in total, but they do look really good when he plays. He made some great saves against Arsenal yesterday. Also, just like Crystal Palace, Aston Villa have outperformed their XGC. They've conceded 15 goals with an XGC of 22.14. That's bettering their XGC by 7.14. They have okayish fixtures, but they do face United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace in the next 7, which does make it kind of hard for me to go for Martinez. But if you're looking for a decent option that's set and forget and it's not too expensive, Martinez might actually be your pick. And even fixture wise, it is very much possible that we'll keep a clean sheet against one of these big 4 teams in the next 7. Next, Pickford, and he's an option that I actually like. He is somehow the second highest scoring goalkeeper in the game right now. He faces Arsenal and Chelsea next, which is not a great entry point. But after that, the fixtures do really improve for Villa. I myself have Donnarumma right now, which I will keep for now. But once we hit game week 18, I've decided I'm going to get Pickford in. I think he is one of the best options, one of the best set and forget options that you could get in your team till the end of the season. Also, if you've been playing FPL for a while, you probably have now noticed that Pickford somehow he always ends up among the top goalkeepers of the game. I don't know how he manages to do it, but he does that almost every season. Next, the last goalkeeper on the list, cheapest among the picks. Fixtures are not great, but if you're looking to save some money, like a point 0.3 million here or there, you don't want a Pickford or a Martinez, he could be your pick. Chelsea have 7 clean sheets this season out of 15 games, which is not bad. It's okay, it's decent, but I don't trust their fixtures. And just recently, we've seen Chelsea defense make some really odd mistakes. They beat Barcelona 3-0. They draw against Arsenal 1-1, but then they concede 3 to Leeds, and then they don't concede to Bournemouth. It's just weird to me. Personally, I wouldn't suggest that you go Sanchez. I would rather go with a Henderson, Martinez, or Pickford, depending on who you like among them. Myself, I've decided I'm getting Pickford in game week 18. All right, moving on to the defenders. My top picks are Hincapie, Munoz, Cash, Tarkovsky, and Chalova. Hincapie, now you might not like me for it. Probably you might even just skip the video as soon as you look at Hincapie, but I think he's a decent foray. He could be a decent foray into the Arsenal defense. Mosquera and Gabriel, they're both out for at least another month and a half. Once Saliba is fit, which would probably be in a week, Hincapie will still probably keep his left centre back position. Calafiori, he plays left back or he doesn't play at all. Mosquera, who would have challenged Hincapie for that spot with Gabriel out, is also out. So I think it is Hincapie's position. He's going under the radar, but he has done decently well in the four games he has started. He's averaging DEFCON of 9 per game. Picture wise, again, I wouldn't fully recommend him. But if you love an Arsenal defender and you don't have the money for a Timber or Raya, Hincapie could be a decent short term pick. Again, if you want a double Arsenal defense, you have a Timber or you have a Raya, and you want to go for a cheaper Arsenal defender, Hincapie is again your pick. Next, Munoz, what a player. Poor fixtures, but does that matter? He's the highest scoring defender in the game now. He already has 3 goals and 3 assists this season. Essentially, plays like a winger at times with Crystal Palace's style of play. I don't own him right now. Again, another reason why I'm suffering, but I probably will get him into my team soon. He's very fixture proof and he has like improved on what he did last season. He has banged only 4 times out of the 14 games he has played this season. That's so good for a defender. Already he has had 6 price gains. He is kind of a premium at a premium price now, but if you have money in the bank, he's definitely a go-to. I would definitely get Munoz over a premium goalkeeper like Raya at this point. Next, Matty Cash, fairly cheap. He also has 3 goals this season. Just scored against Arsenal yesterday, and what a finish that was. Aston Villa have kept 5 clean sheets this season. They face United, Chelsea, and Arsenal in the next four. But would we be surprised? Would we be actually surprised if Villa keep a clean sheet in one of these 3 games? Unai Emery, his team just does so good against big teams. So if you're looking for a cheap foray into the Villa defense, someone who also gets you attacking returns, you might want to go for Matty Cash. I myself have got him in this week. Villa are the third best defense in the league this season, behind Crystal Palace and Arsenal. They've conceded 15 goals this season in 15 games. Cash is a differential. He's owned only 7.8% right now. This game week is actually also a good week to get him in because they play West Ham next. Next, Everton defender Tarkowski, their captain. He started the season as a DEFCON monster, and he has definitely lived up to that billing. He averages just under 10 DC a game, doesn't give a lot of attacking returns, doesn't have a lot of attacking threat, but he has got DEFCON in 7 out of the 15 games he has played this season. Keane has outscored him. That is very true. But I think Tarkovsky is just the better option long term. I depend on eye test. I depend on data, and I think Tarkovsky is just the more reliable option. Don't hate me if Keane just goes on and scores ahead of next game, but I just feel that Tarkovsky is the better option long term. Lastly, Chelsea defender Chaloba. I got him into my team 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, my option was either get a Crystal Palace defender in or Chaloba. Chaloba only got a 1 pointer last game week, while Crystal Palace defenders, all of them hauled. The least was a 9 pointer from Richards this game week, Chaloba goes on and he gets me an 11 pointer, which I'm so happy about. But Crystal Palace are yet to play. They play Fulham today, later today. Very much possible that they keep another clean sheet, and you know all my happiness that I got from Chalova scoring these 11 points just goes away. Um, However, honestly, Chelsea's fixtures actually don't look good, and it's very much possible that I sell him in a couple of game weeks. It's just so weird to own Chelsea defense. They look so good at times, but at other times you're like, why would I ever get a Chelsea defender? Again, Chalova, he is the third highest scoring defender in the game. He has banked only 4 out of the 14 games he has featured in. He did miss 1 game, but if you have him, I would say hold him. But if you don't, I think there are other better options in the game right now. Next, moving on to the midfielders. Number one, Phil Foden. What can you say about him? 44 points. 44 points in the last three. If you had him in this run, probably love life right now. You're probably in the top 500k, top 100k. If you don't have him, when will you get him? I didn't own him in this run, but I have already transferred him in. Got a price rise last night, which I'm really happy about. Um, Pep Guardiola, he said the other day that Foden is a player who thrives on confidence. Once he gets going, it's hard to stop him. So it's actually looking like Foden will not be benched soon. So it's actually a good time to get him. Get him before he actually stops scoring and getting these returns. City do have decent fixtures. Haaland has blanked in 3 games out of the last four. And Foden is hauled in 3 out of the last three. So you could say that Haaland is maybe blanking because Foden is thriving. Personally, I would say have them both in your team because City's are the highest scoring team in the league. They score a lot. So I think it's best. It's best for us to have both of them in our teams. It's all in all. I also like that this just makes the game more interesting because captaining Haaland is just scoring every week. This actually makes people think about the game more, which I like better than just going with a boring Haaland captain every game. I have already got him in. I got a price rise last night, and he is 100% going to rise again before Game Week 16. So if you don't have him, I think it's a good idea to get him in as soon as possible. Next, Declan Rice again. What a player! He's the highest scoring midfielder in the game right now. Looks very fixture proof. He has so many ways to get points. He gets points through goals, assists, defcon, every single way. Arsenal lost to Villa yesterday, but he scored. He scored a 6 pointer. Arsenal have not scored with a set piece since Cameron got injured, but Rice he's still getting his points through defcon, through minutes played. So he is a really good pick. Now, me personally, it's just hard for me to wrap my mind around it. I don't like to put center mids in my team, but again, I'm trying to change my mindset, and I feel like I am to gain rank this season, I have to think about having more center mids in my team. I started recommending Rice to people like 6 weeks ago. Since then, he has got a lot of points, but I personally don't got did not get him in. But now with my free transfers, I'm thinking about it. Um, Next, Rogers. Great last season. Not as good this season. Again, Villa did score a goal in the first 4 game weeks, right? But they're getting better. At his price point, again, he seems like a decent value. He starts every game for Villa, plays 90 minutes. Villa are third in the Premier League right now. They have decent attacking fixtures coming. Rogers is kind of a differential. He's on 9.7% in the game right now. Also set for a price rise tomorrow. Already have him in. I got him in 2 weeks ago. Best him against Arsenal, which worked in my favor. Next, Minta. He's not going to have gone, so you don't have to worry about him. You don't have to worry about that. I got him into my team recently. He's actually playing West Ham now. 70 minutes in, and he's not done anything. He hasn't had a shot on goal. It's just kind of disappointing, but I'm hoping that in the last 20 minutes he actually does something. However, if you don't have him, would you get him in now? Um, Liverpool next. That is a decent fixture. I'll probably start him because they're not looking great at this point. Uh, they just conceded through to Leeds, and I'm so hoping that Minta actually does something against them. Liverpool are having a hard time, defending against counterattacks, and that is what a team like Brighton or even Minta as a player thrives on. But after that, they have Sunderland and Arsenal. Great defensively, probably not a good fixture for him. But once Game Week 19 hits, three great fixtures. Also, he's set for a price rise before Game Week 16. So if you want a Brighton attacker, um, that is not well back. That is a midfielder. I think Minta is a great option. Lastly, Bruno Gomares. What a goal! What a goal from him yesterday! What a player! He's such a good player. Newcastle's captain, almost unstoppable at times. Um, but one thing to notice, he's highly overperforming his XGI. He's overperforming it by like 250%. So um, think about that. If you're very data driven, if you depend on XG and XGI when you make your transfers, you might not want him. But he already has 9 goal contributions this season, 5 goals and 4 assists. He's now the third highest scoring midfielder in the game. Newcastle have really decent fixtures. He's actually doing better than their striker Voltomara. So would you get him? Personally, I'm not sure. I have Voltomara. Maybe I'm going to sell Voltomara. But again, I don't know. I don't know if I get Rice in and if I get Bruno in. And I don't think I'm getting both of them in. Probably one of them or both of them. Lastly, forwards. Forwards have been so weird this season. Apart from Haaland, who also has not performed in three of the last four games. It's like most of the premiums have just underperformed. Watkins, so many people had him. Isak, so many people had him in the beginning. They've just been so disappointing, and it's looking like people are actually shifting to a different meta. Not a lot of people play three strikers anymore. Some go with two, some go with one. So first on the list, Haaland. Nothing to say about him, really. Um, if you don't own him right now, you're probably not an active player, or maybe you just don't want Haaland. Um, and it's so funny, he's still having price rises. It's at 15 million now, started the game at 14 million. Must own, definitely. And if you don't own him, you're probably finishing somewhere in the millions this season. Next, Calvert Lewin. He's a very weird one. He has scored three goals in the last three. And he's definitely looking like Leeds' first choice striker now. Um, Personally, I feel like among forwards, Haaland and Thiago are a must own. And if you want a third choice striker, your options are probably somewhere between Calvert Lewin and Welbeck. Some people like Voltamada, I have him right now, but it's probably going to get sold soon. Um, DCL is on penalties for Leeds. He is a decent pick. Leeds don't have great fixtures, but Leeds' last three fixtures were Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And DCL scored in all three. So you could maybe say he's fixture proof. He definitely looks like Leeds' talisman, and he could be a decent one. I'm actually thinking about him. I'm actually thinking of moving from Voltamada to DCL. Might do him, might not. I'm still not sure. Next, Igor Thiago, definitely the second best striker in the league right now this season. Um, he's also very close to must-own territory, like Haaland. Next three fixtures are so juicy, so juicy. You could actually captain him versus Leeds or even Wolves. I don't think there's a better striker in the game other than Haaland or Thiago right now. So definitely very, very close to must-own territory. Get him in if you don't have him. Next, Welbeck. Welbeck already 7 goals this season. Just ages like wine, right? So good, so good. He started 7 games in a row, but then he got benched versus Villa. So I think that's just he needed some rest. He's old now. Um, but how what it means is that he is their first choice striker. He'll start most of the games, but when Brighton have midweek fixtures, he probably gets benched. But the good thing to note is Brighton don't have a midweek fixture for another month. Great for the third striker spot. Lastly, Voltamara. I have him right now. Lots of people love him. He's on 23.5% in the game. But when I got him in, I thought he was on penalties. Newcastle have had two penalties in the last games. Gordon took them both. Vissa is back fit. And Voltamada actually got an early sub yesterday. He was taken over on the 70th minute mark. So it's looking like once Vissa is fitter, he would actually get more points and start more games. It's possible that he starts more games over tomorrow. So if we have him, I think it's okay. He's okay to hold for another game week, maybe two. Newcastle have Burnley coming very soon, but there's a high chance that Visa actually starts over him. Also, with no penalties, I'm not really sure if Altamada is a good pick anymore. I would definitely not bring him in if I don't have him. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope it was informative for you and it helps you make your decisions on where to use your 5 free transfers. Personally, myself, I have brought in Medicash for O'Reilly and Phil Foden for Mboma. I'm also thinking of maybe bringing in Bruno Fernandes for NDI and probably Munoz before we get into Game Week 16, but I'm not sure yet. Again, if you like the content, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for